Okay, welcome back. This is chapter 1.2, linear applications. Now, linear applications is just a fancy word. Actually, applications is just a fancy word for word problems. So, I know that this is everybody's favorite. Okay, so we are going to rock this section here. So the first thing I want to do is give you some steps to solve word problems. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is identify the question. So we want to identify what the question is. Okay, so what is the word problem really asking us to do? Step 2 is make notes or find important numbers. Okay, sometimes there will be numbers in there that aren't for you. Okay, they won't be anything that you want. They'll just be there as kind of distractors. So you want to make sure that you find the right things. Also, a part of making notes is drawing a picture. Okay, I will talk about this a ton. Okay, so drawing a picture to me is like super important. The next thing, we'll assign a variable. Okay, usually we pick X. Okay, so we want to assign that variable and give it a specific name, like X is a test score, or X is the distance traveled, or something like that. And the next step is the equation. Again, this is your number one goal. You are going to read through that word problem, and you are going to try to set up an equation. This equation is 3 out of 5 points for me. Huge. And then, of course, we solve. We solve that equation that we just got. We check solution. All of these word problems should have an appropriate label, whether that is inches, miles, feet, percent, milliliters, anything that goes along with those. So some kind of label. Okay, I want to look at some types of problems and maybe some formulas that we are going to see. Okay, so number one, we're just going to talk about my favorite types of problems, and those are mixture problems. Okay, a mixture problem is we're taking two, usually you do this in chemistry. You're taking two liquids or two molecules or something, and you're combining those together to get one overall concentration. Okay, so this could be like 2%, this could be a 5% concentration, and I want to end up with some other type of concentration. Okay, and how much of each do I need? So mixture problems are really fun because you do them in chemistry a lot, so I just like them. Number 2 is interest / investment problems. Okay, so how much if I put money into a bank for 5 years at 2.5% interest, how much money will I make? Or if I put some of my money in 2 different funds, how much money am I going to make? Or how long do I have to leave them in there leave my money in there to make a certain amount. So these are probably my number two favorite problems, because you get to play with your money. Okay, if I put $5,000 in the bank and I want 10,000, how long am I going to have to leave that in there to double that money? Number three, picking numbers. Okay, these are really good problems because I can just make them up. Okay, so for example, if I pick two numbers, two consecutive numbers whose sum is 11 and is 6, something like that, where we're picking random numbers and we're seeing what they add up to, or what they multiply to, or what they subtract to, those kind of things. So if we're picking numbers, we're going to have x plus 1 as our variables. This is if they are consecutive numbers. So if I have 5, the next number is 6, so you get to add 1 to the previous. We can also have, if I pick consecutive even or consecutive odd numbers, that would be x plus 2, x plus 4. Okay, so if you have 1, 2, and to get to 5, you add 4 to the 1. Okay. The next one, we have dimension / area problems. So we can deal with area or perimeter or circumference or anything with shapes. So that's like circles, rectangles, squares, triangles, anything like that, where we're comparing some problems. So like a rectangle 24 meters long has the same area as a square with 12 meter sides. What are the dimensions of the rectangle? Okay, so these are important to be drawing pictures of what is going on. Number 5, we have distance, rate, time problems. Okay, so like traveling. Let's see here, I can find one. So like it takes 8 hours to fly from Orlando to London and 9.5 hours to return. What's the jet stream if your average speed is 550 miles per hour? Okay, so just distance, rate, and time problems. Two trains are going in opposite directions, or two cars leave the same, are going from Independence to Dallas, Texas, and one is traveling 10 miles faster than the other. Who gets there first and by how much time? Okay, those kind of things are distance, rate, and time. And going along with that, we have work problems. Okay, that's like two people are cleaning a house. One does it in 2 hours. The other does it in 1 hour and 15 minutes. How long will it take them to do it together? Those kind of things. Okay. So in class, we're going to be doing, I don't want to do a lot on this video, but in class, we're going to be doing a ton of word problems. Okay. So our questions here for 1.2 are going to be very easy. Number 1, what are the steps to solving word problems? And number 2, we're only going to have 2 questions on this one. Number 2 is, what type of word problem do you think will give you the least trouble? Which one's going to give you the least amount of trouble? I also want you to write down this formula. We will have some formulas on this, okay? And one of them I want you to know is for simple interest. So I equal PRT. So interest equals your principal times your rate times your time. Okay, and I think that's probably going to be the only formula we need. You also, okay, these are graphs and tables. Okay, so we can add graphs and tables to those. So those were your two questions. Let's look at the suggested problems. They start on page 112, 1, 9, 11, 13, 19, 23, 9, 33 is a chemistry problem, so that'll probably be pretty good for some of you. 37 is a theater problem. Would be like that kind of stuff. 43, 45, 51, 57, 59. And we're going to have a challenge problem of number 77. Okay. Now, I know that's a lot of word problems, but you would probably agree to me that this is your least favorite topic. Okay. So the only way we're going to get better is to practice, practice, practice. Okay. So give those word problems a try. We'll be working on them in class. This is your stopping point. Okay. If you need to watch the examples, okay, I'm gonna link the video, the example video. I'm gonna link it right here, somewhere in that box. Click on that, then that will take you to the video I did last year where I work out all the examples. Other than that, you can stop here and come to class ready to go. As always, this is at THS Mr. Jones signing off.